So if you're within 5 to 10 years of retirement, there's one move that you can make before you stop working that could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax savings. And almost nobody does it, not because it's illegal, not because it's complicated, but because most people don't even realize it exists until it's too late. And I can tell you this with certainty after helping thousands of retirees and pre-retirees over the last several years. Here at Valoram Solutions, the people who pay the least in taxes during retirement all do this one thing before they retire. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what it is, why it works, and how to know if it applies to your situation. Because if you wait until after you retire to think about taxes, you've probably already given up your biggest advantage. Okay, Alvin, let's talk about the biggest problem that I see. Why are most retirees paying too much in taxes?
It's kind of weird, but it's universal. For some reason, retirees think that their taxes are going to go down when they retire, and it's usually unfounded. I can't figure it, and you know this, people can't figure it out. They're like, oh, it's going to go down, which is totally false, okay? They think I'm not working anymore, so my tax bill should drop. But in reality, the opposite often happens. Here's why. When you stop working, your paycheck disappears. Your tax withholding disappears, but your taxable income doesn't. Instead, income starts coming from 401ks, IRAs, RMDs, which are required minimum distributions, Social Security, capital gains, and even possibly pensions. And here's the key problem. You lose control when your income shows up. Once RMDs start, the IRS decides how much you must take. Once Social Security kicks in, more of it becomes taxable. Once your income rises, Medicare premiums go up too. So it's like, wow, these are all out of your control. So instead of choosing when to pay taxes, you are in reactionary mode and reacting to them. And that's where most retirees get trapped. Now, here's the part that surprises people. The solution is not finding better investments. It's not earning more. And it's definitely not some crazy loophole. It's all about timing.
Let's just talk about the elephant in the room, this big idea. Why is it so crucial to actually incorporate tax planning before retirement?
Well, the most important thing to understand is your best tax planning years are before you actually retire. Because during that window, your income is temporarily lower. You're not forced to take RMDs. Okay? Your Social Security may not have started yet. You're still in control of your accounts. That window is your opportunity. Once it closes, your options shrink dramatically. And this is where the strategy comes into place to determine right before and right after you retire, what do we need to do?
I love the idea of actually us controlling our taxes versus our taxes controlling us.
Yes.
Tell me more about that.
Well, it's not about avoiding taxes. That's the first thing. There's no such thing as avoiding them. It's about choosing when you pay them down. It's about you controlling that, not letting other people control it. Here's what smart retirees do. Number one, they manage their tax bracket intentionally. Instead of blindly deferring taxes, they fill lower tax brackets on purpose. They avoid jumping into higher ones later. They smooth income over time. Number two, they use Roth conversions strategically. They convert portions of IRA money during low income years before Social Security starts and before RMDs begin. That money then grows tax-free for life. You want a tax-free for life scenario. And number three is they harvest gains when taxes are lowest. They use standard deductions, capital gains brackets, and years with low income to determine when it's best to go ahead and convert. To move money tax efficiently instead of waiting for forced withdrawals. That's why they are tax efficient. Number four, they sequence income correctly. This is something that I never learned about, but is true. Not all money is taxed the same, Lisa. Taxable accounts, tax-deferred accounts, tax-free accounts, the order you use them in can mean the difference between paying minimal tax or overpaying 6 figures in taxes over retirement. So let me pause here for a second. Up until now, everything I've said probably makes sense logically. But the real question is, does this apply to you? Because here's what we see all the time at Valoram Solutions. Two people can have the same savings, retire the same year, and end up with completely different tax outcomes simply because one of them planned ahead and the other didn't. If you're within a few years of retirement and you're not 100% certain when you're going to take Social Security, how much of your money is actually going to be taxable, or what your tax bill will look like once RMDs start, then this is the exact point where a quick conversation can save you a lot of stress later. We put a link in the description where you can book a short call with our team. Let's see whether this strategy even makes sense for your situation. And if it doesn't, we'll tell you that too. Now, let me show you a simple example so you can see how this works in real life.
Alvin, there's a lot of words in this video, right? But it's so incredible when we actually hear the stories of families we're helping.
Well, this reminds me of most recent clients that I just helped, Alexa and Mark. Let's make this tangible, okay? They are a married couple. They want to retire at age 63. They got about $1.2 million in their retirement accounts. They're planning to delay Social Security until 67. If they do nothing, RMDs are going to start at age 73. Taxes are going to spike. Medicare premiums are going to increase. More Social Security becomes taxable. So we decided we're going to change some things. And the number one thing was, instead of waiting, they were going to convert $60,000 to $80,000 per year to Roth conversions during those low income years. They would stay in a lower tax bracket, reduce future RMDs. Goal was to eliminate them, create tax-free income later, avoid Medicare surcharges, and gain flexibility for spending. You know what this ended up doing for them? It saved them money. Same retirement, but very different income, right? One move paid massive dividends when it came to taxes later on down the road. And it's not all about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Is that not right, Lisa? And this is all under legal tax strategies, and we know how to avoid them.
So why is this working for so many families right now?
Well, you know, there's three simple truths, Lisa. Number one, tax brackets are temporary. Your income changes, the tax law changes, but your planning can adapt. Number two, not all income is taxed equally. Most people don't understand that. Roth dollars, IRA dollars, capital gains versus ordinary income. You got to know the differences. Number three, the IRS rewards planning. Somebody once told me that of the IRS tax book, like 3/4 of it, 1/4 is to teach you how to pay taxes, and 3/4 is how to not pay taxes. But most of us don't read the 3/4 because we don't have a guide. The IRS rewards you for planning. There are no penalties for smart timing, only for ignorance or delay. Or said another way, the government doesn't punish success, it punishes poor planning.
What would you say the most common mistakes are that retirees are making today?
You know, we've seen so many plans. Some are good, some are bad. And let me tell you, in retirees and pre-retirees, here's what we see the most. Number one, waiting until RMDs force your action. You got no more flexibility. Number two, taking Social Security without a plan. How do we optimize and maximize? Number three, leaving everything in a 401k. That's a big no-no. Okay, because you got no tax basis step-ups. Number four, ignoring Medicare income thresholds. And number five, treating taxes as an afterthought, thinking that these are just going to go away. And the biggest one, drum roll please, thinking retirement planning is about investments instead of income. We talked about it. It's not about how much you make, it's how much you keep. Most people don't have a money problem, they have a sequencing problem, Lisa.
Absolutely. So Alvin, who would you say this strategic planning is for, and quite frankly, who it's not for as well?
It's important to know who's it for. And clearly, this strategy is ideal if you're aged between 55 and 72. If you have over $250,000 saved, you want predictable income, you want to reduce lifetime taxes, you care about protecting what you've built, then it's for you. It's not for people looking for quick wins, gamblers, people who hate planning, and people who want massive surges up and down in their retirement, hence bucking like a bronco or a roller coaster. If you're watching this thinking, I probably should look into this, I think that's your signal.
So here's what I'd recommend next. If you want to know whether this strategy actually applies to your situation, the next step is a conversation with our team. At Valoram Solutions, we help people map out how much they can convert, decide when to do it, reduce lifetime taxes, turn savings into predictable income. And that conversation will show you one of two things. Either you're ready in a great position or there are opportunities that you don't want to miss. So you can schedule that conversation using the link below. It takes about a minute to book, and it could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your retirement. Or if you're not quite ready to take that step yet, then watch the next video on your screen. It breaks down why so many retirees, they're stressing about Social Security and how the right strategy can completely change that. Because retirement shouldn't be about guessing. It's about understanding your numbers and using the rules to your advantage.